Hello everyone and welcome to this channel. In this channel, we will be talking about lifestyle, mindsets and tools to absolutely transform your life inside out. Now recently I asked you guys on Instagram what should be my first video about. Should it be about the tools I use in order to do all of these transformations? Or should it be more about who I am, what's my story and why in the world am I doing this? And obviously you guys answered the second option. But in order to answer all of these questions, I have to take you back to the beginning. So originally, I come from Lebanon. However, I grew up in Saudi for 15 years. And during those 15 years, to be honest with you guys, not much was going on. The life there is very simple. The activities are the same, the people are the same. The people you get to know are either the people that go to your school or your neighbors. There's not much challenge to it. And I knew these people ever since I was born. So they felt like family. There wasn't any newness to it. There wasn't any challenge to it. I never felt outside of my comfort zone. Until one summer, we were visiting Lebanon. I remember I was sitting on my grandma's couch, black couch, and I still had 2 weeks before going back to Saudi. And just like that, my mom looks at me with a smile on her face and she's like, Chloe, what do you think about moving to Lebanon? And at that time, I was a 15-year-old kid. I didn't know what she was really asking. And I see my mom happy like that. The answer is obvious. And I'm like, yeah, mom, sure, why not? Let's do it. But at that time, it didn't really hit my head what I was really agreeing to. It didn't really hit my head that I had to get out of my comfort zone. It didn't really hit my head that I would have to leave that family I grew up with in Saudi. And just like that, the next day I text my friends like, hey guys, actually I'm not coming back in 2 weeks. My mom decided to move to Lebanon. Everyone was shocked, but still at that moment I wasn't really processing it. I was just going with the flow and something felt new, something felt exciting, and I was seeing my mom happy, so I'm like, okay, let's try this out, why not? Until I was in front of my door of my new school. It was my first day of school. I remember even going there, I wasn't nervous at all. However, as soon as I arrived to the front door of the school, I see everyone talking between each other and they knew each other already. And the bell rings and everyone's rushing to class. However, I had to stay and sign in some documents. And then that's when reality just hits me and smacks me in the face and it's like, no, I'm doing this. I'm literally getting out of my comfort zone. Like, no, take me back. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. I felt so out of place. I saw that everyone knew each other and I was feeling so nervous. I was like, I don't know how to interact with new people. I've never done it before. What am I putting myself into? I was so nervous to the point that my phone was in my hand, it slips and cracks on the floor. And that was the beginning of my very first day of school. I rushed to class, I was late, my phone just cracked, and I'm super anxious. I enter to class, everyone just looks at me, the teacher presents me as a new kid, and I don't even know how I formulated the next sentence because I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do with 30 eyes looking at me that I didn't know. I was literally outside, but completely outside anything I've ever experienced. And for the first year, to be honest, in Lebanon, it was very hard for me to adapt. I felt very different. I emotionally, mentally, and physically, all the experiences I went through as a child were very different than the experiences the people from Lebanon went through, because I feel like in Saudi it was much more like a small village, very simple and innocent kind of experiences that I had to go through. There in Lebanon, the people were much more outspoken, it was very rebellious, there was this air of like, everyone's out there in a sense. And I really felt out of place. I didn't know how to interact, I didn't know how to make friends and connect with people. I remember I developed a very shy personality for that year. I just didn't know how to really bond with someone. I felt very different. I felt very alone. I remember everyone would go out during recess and play with each other and knew each other and would hang out with each other, and I would stay in because I felt very alone. I never felt like that first year was very hard for me to really form friendships until one day I was at a restaurant, and that was really random, but that changed all my experience in Lebanon. I was sitting in a restaurant and I see these couple of guys and we start talking. They're very nice guys and they were really curious about me and we were just bonding, and I really felt this connection. And finally I felt this kind of, okay, I'm building a friend. I feel like I'm being myself and I'm being able to have a conversation, I'm being able to connect, and it felt amazing. And throughout the conversation I get to understand that they are in charge of making the best parties in Lebanon and organize the best parties in Lebanon. And that's how my journey began. They offered me a job to sell tickets, and I didn't know who I was going to sell tickets to, but I accepted. I just was so happy in that moment. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I felt like it was an opportunity. I figured out how to sell these tickets. Through the guys I met, basically I met another PR, and this girl was super bubbly. She's a very dear friend of mine still. She was very bubbly, very outspoken, very out there, and basically through this girl I got to sell 20 tickets, and then from these 20 people they started inviting more people, and I sold 50 tickets. So from absolutely no freaking idea how I'm gonna sell one single ticket to selling 50 tickets and making so many friends throughout the conversations on WhatsApp, throughout this girl, throughout these guys. And that's how my journey began. I started going to more and more parties and meeting more and more people, and felt like finally I belong. Finally I'm having fun. Finally I'm happy. I felt that was happiness. At that time my family was also going through a very, very hard time. However, I did feel like something was changing, something was shifting in me. And I started going out more, drinking a lot as a kid, becoming very, very rebellious, started smoking a lot. I was a very heavy, addicted smoker, using substances, all of that. And I felt like I lost my way. I overdid it. I didn't go just to the middle. I kind of jumped to an exaggeration of what was going on. And I overdid it. Because I felt like that was the way. That was the way for me to connect with people. That was the way for me to make friends. That was the way for me to feel like I belong. And I just went far and beyond into drinking a lot and just losing my way. At that time I felt very lost. A lot of pain was going through me, even though I was in complete denial, to be honest. I was in complete denial. I felt like I was happy because I was happy during the weekend. But during the week I would feel depressed, and that's just because the high went off. And I was in complete denial at that time. I didn't really know what I was running away from, but obviously I was running away from all that pain I felt during that first year. I felt very alone. My family was going through shit. I didn't really have friends, so I felt like that was the only way out. And bit by bit, the years passed by. After 4 years of that, I lost more and more myself, until one day I was feeling really, really bad after a weekend. I felt really, really down, and I'm like, enough. I don't want this. This is not what I want. There's something missing. Like, I think I'm happy, but I'm not really happy. I'm just happy during that party. I'm not really happy. Is that what life is about? And I started questioning. I've always been a person that reflected a lot and had a lot of questions towards my own self and how reality works. And that moment I was just questioning, like, there's something missing. I remember I was going through also some hardships with my relationship, and it just felt everything was going on top of me, like a big rock on top of me, and I felt like I don't want this anymore. I was crying, I was sad, I was sucked into, I was unhealthy, I didn't care about anything, I didn't have any inspirations or aspirations for life. And I started going to a spiritual healer because I needed a way out, and she taught me a lot of things. That's when things started shifting. She taught me how to meditate, how to take care of myself, and how to actually believe in myself, because you don't understand the doubts and the insecurities I had. Even though from the outside it didn't seem like it, but deep down when I was alone, I was feeling sad and insecure. And even I was in denial of those insecurities. I wasn't being honest about it to my own self, so obviously nobody was going to feel it either. Until I started going to my healer, I started realizing, oh my God, I actually have so much pain, and I'm trying to numb all of that pain. That's why I'm going partying, that's why I'm overdoing it, basically. And it's just to run away from all the pain. And with her, I would feel that pain, and I would feel it so much, and it was like, what the hell? Where is this sensitivity coming from? I didn't know, I didn't understand. And I just remember, like, we would go through it, and she really taught me and helped me to get out of these substances. And I decided at that moment, okay, this is nice and everything, but I wanted to find myself. And in order to find myself, I needed to be alone. And for the first time, I was taking myself outside of my comfort zone. This time, it was my decision. And just like that, I decided to move to Barcelona. It was calling me somehow, some way, and I knew that's the place I needed to go. There was something in my gut telling me, you need to take that decision. And to be honest, best decision I ever took. So guys, listen to your gut. Whatever decision you have, underneath all the fear and everything, if you have it in your gut, take it, because it can be life transforming. I moved to Barcelona, left substances, and still was going through my healing day in, day out, working myself every day. This year, honestly, with all the COVID that's been going on, it allowed me to reflect on myself, but like 30 times more. And through that, I completely changed my life. I stopped smoking, and I was an extremely heavy smoker. I smoked a pack and a half a day. I stopped smoking, absolutely 0 cigarettes. Even though some people are going to think this is a bit extreme, but I stopped drinking as well. This is right for my path. Basically, it's right for all my story, and I feel like that was a perfect decision for me, not judging anyone that does it or smoke or does anything like that in any sense. But yeah, I stopped drinking, I lost 10 kilos as well, working so much on my health, working on my fitness. I just feel so energetic and so alive by all of these changes. And obviously it took time, it took effort, and it took a lot of healing to do. I still have a lot of places to go, a lot of goals to achieve. I still have a lot of healing to do. Life is constant evolution. Alright, so a lot of people are asking me, but Chloe, okay, you shared your story. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. You're exposed. Why? Why in the world are you doing this to yourself? First and foremost, this is not to brag about all the accomplishments I've made. I couldn't care less. And I don't feel superior than anyone else out there. Actually, on the opposite. I feel like I have a mission now because I got so much help and support from the universe that now my mission is to give back to the community. The people that feel helpless, the people that want to break an addiction, the people that want to get out of their state and out of their doubts and out of their fears. That's what I want to do. I believe every one of us have such immense power, and it just takes the right tools and the right approach in order to tap into that power. Don't forget, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe in order to keep up, and most importantly, share with the people that you think this could benefit. A lot of love and kisses to you all.